Thumbs up back there. All right. So for those of you that I haven't met, my name's Genevieve. This sounds really loud and echoey to me, Jim. Maybe it's not loud to everybody else, but so my name's Genevieve. I'm one of the directors of the center here. And happy Father's Day. What a lovely day to have Guru Rinpoche Day on Father's Day. So, and I see some new faces, which is really exciting. We have some new people here for Tsok today. It's their first Tsok. So I have received the request to do a little more instruction on kind of explanation on what we're doing and why we're doing it. And I'll start by today is Guru Rinpoche Day. So Guru Rinpoche, Padmasambhava, the namesake of this center. So on the 10th lunar day of every month is Guru Rinpoche Day. And this day in particular, Padmasambhava made the commitment that he would be there. He would come and be there when called upon. And he's always there when called upon. I mean, Padmasambhava, our true nature is no different than Padmasambhava to begin with. But today is a particularly powerful day to be connected with Padmasambhava. So this shower of blessings prayer, this Tsok practice was a treasure that was revealed. And we do this every Guru Rinpoche Day. So first we should start by raising our bodhicitta intention. So we should start by making the aspiration to do this practice for the benefit of beings. May we achieve the same level of realization as Padmasambhava himself. And through that achievement, may we be able to benefit infinite beings. So just take a second and raise that motivation in your heart. And we start on page 1. The verses of prayer to the 8 noble auspicious ones. This here, a lot of the prayers in the beginning were calling on the lineage, essentially. We're calling on all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and the enlightened masters of the past to come and bless our mind streams here so that we can transform and come closer to understanding our own true nature. So we do all this, we say all the prayers, we'll say in Tibetan first and then English second. Om Nang Se Namdak Rangshin Lundru Pe Tashi Chukchu Shina Shupai Sange Cherdang Gendum Pape Sog Kuna Chaksal Dakchak Tashi Shog Drame Gyalpo Tsalten Dondrub Gong Jampe Gempal Gidrak Paldampa Kuna Gompa Gyacher Dragpa Chen Lumpo Tarpak Saudrak Paldangni Semchen Tamchit Lagong Dragpe Pal Yitsem Sepa Saurak Dragpal Te Tsensam Tope Tashi Palpalwa Dewa Shengpa Gila Chaksalo Jampo Shonu Palden Dorjejin Chenre Ziwang Gompo Jampe Pal Sai Nimpo Dripa Namparsal Namkai Nimpo Pacho Kuntuzang Utpal Dorje Pedkar Lushing Dang Norbu Dawa Raudri Nimai Chaksen Legnam Tashi Palgi Chong Changchu Sempa Gila Chaksalo Rinchen Duchok Tashi Sergina Dojum Bumzang Yidong Kamala Nendrak Dundang Punsok Paweu Minub Gyaltsen Wangyer Korlote Rinchen Takchor Geki Chuksen Chen Tsok du gyawa chochi geke ma gekso no drempe palpelwe tashi lamo gela shaksalo sampa champo dejun semeru mikton dendang gyalpo yokor shrung Pake podang luang mimizang namter sete late korlodang trishu ladang dun dun dorje chen piwam ralji choten gyalsen zin sasum nesu gelek tashi pel jikten kyongwa gela chaksalo Dagjak dengdir chawa sumpala gegdang newar sepa kunshine dodun palpel samdun yinshindru tashi delek punsum sokpar shog. Now in English. In the natural, spontaneously present, perfectly pure, phenomenal existence, to all who dwell in the spacious realms of the 10 directions, the Buddhas, Dharma, and assemblies of the noble Sangha, I prostrate and pray that all may be auspicious for myself and all others. To drome galpo talten dondrum gong, jempe gimpal gedrak padampa, kuna gompa yecher jagpachen, lumpa tarpak sadrak paul ani, noble ones known for your consideration of all sentient beings, noble ones known for your superior display of enlightened activities that grant mental satisfaction. Merely hearing your names increases all glory and auspiciousness. I prostrate to the 8 Sugatas, to the youthful Manjushri, the glorious Vajra holder, the powerful Avalokiteshvara, the noble protector Maitreya, Sai Nimpo, Dripa, Namparcel, Namkai Nimpo, the supreme noble Kuntuzangpo, Utpal Derje, Pedkar, Lushing, and Norbudawa, Raldrinima, holders of the excellent hand emblems of supreme noble good fortune, I prostrate to the 8 Bodhisattvas, the supreme jeweled umbrella, the auspicious golden fish, the wish-fulfilling vase, the mind-pleasing Kamala flower, the conch of fame and glory, the fully endowed endless knot, the eternal victory banner, the all-powerful wheel, you who hold these 8 supreme precious signs, offered to the conquerors of all directions and times, attractive maidens of pleasure, to recall your nature increases all that is noble. I prostrate goddesses of good fortune, Sangpa Champo, Dejun Sedmer, Miktonden, Ingyalpo, Yu Koshung, Pa Kepo, and Luang, Mimizang, Namterse, and Laze Korlo, holders of the trident, short spear, and Vajra, Vina's sword, stupa, and banner of victory, who make auspiciousness and positivity grow in 3 realms. I prostrate to the 8 guardians of the world, concerning the activity that myself and others are about to begin, by pacifying all obstructions and unwanted harm. May the noble and meaningful increase, and all wishes be accomplished. May good fortune, happiness, and prosperity be fully endowed. All right, page 7 is the 7-line prayer, which is Guru Rinpoche's prayer, really. This is where we're really calling him. So we'll sing this 3 times in Tibetan and once in English. Hung organ yugi noob chang sam pe ma ge sardom pola Yatsen chogi no drum ne pema jung ne she sudrag kordu kandro mang par kor ket ki te sudag drum ki jingi lok shir shek su sol Guru Pema Siddhi Hung Organ Yugi Noob Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardom Pola Yatsen Chogi Nordum Ne Pema Jung Ne She Sudrag Kor du khandro mong par kor Kiet ki Jesu dag drum ki Chingi lop chir shek su sol Guru pe ma siddhi hung organ yugi nub chang sam pe ma ge sar dom pola ya sen shogi no drum ne pe ma jung ne she su drag kor du khandro mong per kor Kiet ki Jesu dag drum ki Jingi lop chir shek su sol Guru pe ma siddhi hum Hung at organs, northwestern frontier, on the stem and corona of a lotus flower, wondrous, supreme accomplishment attained, and as the lotus-born renowned, encircled by a retinue of many dakinis, so that I may become like you, please come and grant your blessings. Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Okay, now on page 9, the prayer to the three bodies of the Guru. Emaho. Chodra, Choki, Inki, Jinkam, Su, Chone, Dusum, Kegag, Mepenang, Chadra, Lunzo, Dewa, Chempoi, Ku, Namka, Zindu, Tute, Chogri, Med, Lama, Choki, Kula, Soa, Deb, Organ, Pema, June, La, Soa, Deb, De Chen, Lungi, Drupe, Jinkam, Su, Kusum, Tukdang, Yuten, Chinle, Ki, Yeshe, Nadan, Dewa, Shepe, Ku, Tuje, Chejak, Naso, So, Ton, Lama, Lonjo, So, Kula, So, Deb, Organ, Pema, June, La, So, Deb, Mi je jikten dakpe jinkam su tu je chempo drowe dolna chon gangla gangdo tapki drodon zad dedang machon data dusumgi lama trupe kula sowa deb organ pema june la sowa deb. Wondrous in the pure realm of the fundamental space of reality, free from elaboration, the actual nature beyond the three times origination and cessation, is the body of great bliss, naturally complete and aimless, compassion like the sky, without bias or point of reference. Dharmakaya Guru, to you I pray. Lotus born of organ, to you I pray. In the pure realm of spontaneously present great bliss are the embodiments of the Buddha's form, speech, mind, qualities, and activity, the bodies of the thus gone ones endowed with the fivefold primal knowing, revealing each and every of the various manifestations of compassion. Sambhogakaya Guru, to you I pray. Lotus born of organ, to you I pray. In the realm of the innate purity of this conditioned universe, manifest through great compassion for the sake of sentient beings. Emanations act to benefit beings through skillful means suited to each individual, those passed on to come and present. Nirmanakaya Gurus of the three times, to you I pray. Lotus born of organ, to you I pray. Nosen, Rigzen, Nuden, Dorje, Sal, Maong, Deshek, Mopa, Taye, Zab, Tada, Pejung, Gyalsak, Drobeno, Jidra, Yeshe, Dorje, Lasowa, Deb. In the past, the awareness holder, Nuden Dorje Sal. In the future, the Buddha, Mopataye. In the present, Padmasambhava's regent, Joben in person. Jiju Yeshe Dorje, to you I pray. Ogmen Choki Inki Podrangna Dusum Sange Kungi Nowo Nid Rangsem choku nonsum tunse pa sawe lame shabla sowa de. Within the palace of the fundamental space of reality, the unsurpassed pure realm is the essence of all the Buddhas of the 3 times. You who actually introduced the Dharmakaya of my own mind, Ru Guru, at your feet I pray. Okay, now we're going to the actual Shara Blessings Tsok practice. So that starts on page 69. This first part is the lineage prayer, which this is the lineage of this practice, essentially. Again, once in Tibetan and then once in English. Karak choku pema se pagme loncho zoku pema kuntu chang trupe kuno soke dorje la so adep so dagyu jingi lob yang chen trupai she so gyama long ne da tro zil non ge patsal kyab dak jampal de we ni mala so adep so dagyu jingi lob Jin lab kabab gyur me ne don huang Rike kyab dak du jem dro druling Kadrin sum den sa we lama la So adep so dag yu jingi lob Detar so wata pe chin lab ki Min che wang tom dang sing nam par dag Rim ni lam le ne drub tar chin te Kun sang pe ma ka re ku tob shok. Original purity, Dharmakaya Padma, limitless longevity, Sambhogakaya Padma, holder of all, essential face of Nirmanakaya, lake-born Vajra Lord, as I pray to you, please transform my mind. Emanation of Saraswati, Mother Yeshe Sogyal, Zilnan Gepe Sao, who deciphered the symbols in the 5-fold inner expanse, Lord of Refuge, Jampal Dewa Nima, as I pray to you, please transform my mind. Girme Nerang Wangpo, destined to receive the blessings. Dudrum Drodal Lingpa, refuge embodying the 100 families. Root Guru is so kind in the 3 ways. As I pray to you, please transform my mind. By the blessing of praying in this way, the maturing empowerments are received with Samaya pristine. On the path of the 2 stages, perfecting the approach and accomplishment, may I attain the body of the lotus-born, total goodness. This prayer, this is the lineage. When we talk about the lineage of a practice, it's how the teachings were passed down to the different masters. And a Vajrayana practice like this, the lineage is very important because it has to be pure samaya, and between all of the teacher to the student, which is a whole nother topic really, but true devotion and pure vision between teacher and student, and that imparts a certain energy. So there's an energy to this practice, and so we're praying to the lineage here that this is passed through, to then kind of grant us that same energy. May we be able to transcend this ignorance, this ego mind, and actually understand this energy of awareness that comes through this lineage. So this next prayer here on page, 71, we'll say this 3 times in Tibetan and once in English. This is refuge and bodhicitta prayer, all in one. Hung rig ton no wo so ke pe ma jung kyabne kundu no kyab suchi, Shri dear lober true pedro akun, true parang sangkarak londro shok, hung rik to no wo so ke pe majung, kyabne kundu nor kyab suchi, Shri dear lober true pedro akun, true parang sangkarak londro shok, hung rik to no wo so ke pe majung, kyabne kundu nor kyab Shri dear lober true pedro akun, true parang sangkarak londro shok. Hung, awareness, emptiness, the essence is the lake-born lotus guru. I take refuge in the essence, the gathering of all sources of refuge. For all beings temporary deluded by this transitory existence, may delusion purify itself and unravel in the expanse of original purity. So this that's coming around, this is wrathful incense. It was blessed by Tsok Rinpoche, Choji Rinpoche's teacher, Tsok Rinpoche, one of his teachers. Who passed away last October, actually. So this wrathful incense is now very precious. We can't get more of it. And it dispels like spirits and obstacles, and so breathe it in, it's good. Clear obstacles. Ram yam kam om. Sarvabhuta Akarkaya, Sarvabhinam Baling Takai, Sarvabhuta Akarkaya, Sarvabhinam Baling Takai, Sarvabhuta Akarkaya, Sarvabhinam Baling Takai. Let's say this first. Hung Marig Zung Zin Tru Pe Jung Ponam, Tormadi ker tadral nang tu teng, rang rigi she pogir me pe nang, kor sum ye dro nang tu sam chado. Whom negative forces, unaware and deluded by duality, take this torma and go to the state beyond extremes. The unchangeable state of self-aware primal knowing is the boundary of protection that is primordially liberated from the three spheres of delusion. Om Sumbani Sumbani Hum Pet, Om Girani Girani Hum Pet, Om Girani Baya Hum Pet, Om Anaya Ho Bhagawan Biradaya Hum Pet, Om Sumbani Sumbani Hum Pet, Om Girani Girani Hum Pet, Om Girani Baya Hum Pet, Om Anaya Ho Bhagawan Biradaya Hum Pet, Om Sumbani Hum Pet, Om Girani Girani Hum Pet, Om Girani Baya Hum Pet, Om Anaya Ho Bhagawan Biradaya Hum Pet. Penzer Gyana Rakya Rakya. All right, so what just happened there? That little bread, that we visualize as a wonderful offering. We're making this offering to the obstacle makers. The obstacle makers, those that would create obstacles to our practice, well, that's harmful for them, actually, to be creating obstacles to Dharma practice. So we just say, first we say, okay, please come take this offering nicely, and you can take it outside. And for those then that don't take it nicely, then we throw the mustard seeds, which we're visualizing as knives and weapons that then chase out the obstacle makers that didn't decide to come peacefully. So now we're free of obstacle makers, and we open the shrine and we're making offerings with all the offering substances here to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and this is now a pure realm. No ordinary thoughts about all of us here are Dakas and Dakinis, and no ordinary substances here. So this next verse is making these offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Hung de chen pe ma kyo we jing kam ne kusum lun drup so ke dur je chang ne dir jim pop cho tu no drup so cho ze kun zang ro pe gen du gyer. Hung, from the blissful pure realm of the spiraling lotus, naturally self-accomplished three bodies, lake-born Vajra holder, please bless this place and grant the supreme and ordinary cities. May these offerings become the ornament of the display of total goodness. Om Mao Hum, Benzer Guru, Pema To Trang Zal, Benzer Samaya, Ja Avishaya, Om Sarva Puja, Miga Samo Hum Shri Tra. So now this next section here is the visualization now. We're going to start visualizing lake-born Padmasambhava in the space in front. Rang lu tama ne pe dun karu organ dream me dana koshe so ting zam ya la gya dang chungang we usurin chen padong dab ye cheng kyam ne kundu organ dorje chang Sempe pao bar so gya yum dang trill chage dorje yon pe tod boom nang dar dang rin chen ru pe gengi ze o ne long ne de chen zi jin bar Kor du sa sum gya so trin tar tib Jin lak tu che char beb dag la sig Gyal kun no ho chi me ye she kor Dung shuk trak poi te chak tak tu sol Lurang lon cho du sum ge we sog Kun zang cho pe trin du ming ne bo Tog med ne sak dik tu ma lu shang Shri che gyal wa kung gi yon ten gi Kyab dak chik pu gom poi nam tar la Ning ne yi rang dak pe so deb shing Sab ke choki char chen bek par ko Rang zang ge we no po kun dom ne Dro kam kya so ji shri ne ki bar Gom po kyo ki nam tar je nek te Ka kyab tro wa drem pe don du no Kyam ne kun du ken se ter chen po Du na ning me kyab chig rim po che Na doi gyud pe nar zin dun shuki So de bula se we ner du zin Gom pe long ne tu che sal chung la Moden da gi ning la jing gi lo Ta dang sang ma ner du tom pa dang Chok dan tu mo no drup sao du so Before me, in my ordinary form, is Oregon's stainless Dhanakosha lake, its profound depths filled with water of 8 qualities. In its center, atop the jeweled stem of a lotus, petals unfurled, is the Oregon Vajra holder in whom all sources of refuge converge. Brilliant with the splendor of the major and minor marks, he is embracing Sogyal, the mother consort. He holds a vajra in his right hand, a vase within a skull cup in his left, exquisite in their silks and ornaments of jewels and bone. Within a vast expanse of five-colored light, they blaze in the awesome splendor of great bliss. Oceans of the three roots gather like clouds as their retinue. They gaze upon me, bringing down a shower of blessing and compassion. To the embodiment of deathless primal awareness, the essence of all victorious ones, I forever offer prostrations of faith with intense and powerful yearning. My body, wealth, and enjoyment, and all virtue gathered throughout the three times, all these I offer in the manner of Samanta Bhadra's vast clouds of offerings. I confess without exception all negative actions and failings accumulated through time without beginning. Sole sovereign of all the qualities of the victorious ones and their heirs, enlightened protector, in your example of perfect liberation, I rejoice from my heart. To you I pray with faith, beseeching you to bring down a great rain of profound and vast Dharma. Amassing all virtuous qualities of my own and others, I will, for as long as the countless oceans of beings endures, follow the example of your perfect liberation, enlightened protector. Dedicate all this to the guidance of beings throughout space. Great wellspring of wisdom and love, in whom all sources of refuge converge, sole precious refuge in these evil dregs of time. I am afflicted by the spread of the 5 degenerations and pray to you with great longing. Quickly look with love upon your child. Bring forth the manifest energy of compassion from the expanse of your realization. Grant your blessings to my devoted heart. Swiftly show signs and indications, and pray bestow the supreme and ordinary cities. Okay, here we're going to say the 7-line prayer multiple times, and that is on page 96, I believe. 96, yes. We'll say this while they make the plates. We can say it the first 3 times together, and then say it at our own pace. While you say this prayer, really visualize that Padmasambhava, we've just done the visualization on Lakeborn. Padmasambhava is now in front of us in union with Yeshe Srogyo. And so really from the depth of your heart with deep devotion, you're praying to Padmasambhava and inviting, Padmasambhava's blessing. So when you're praying with devotion, then you will receive, lights, multicolored lights will dissolve into you from Padmasambhava. You're receiving that blessing from Padmasambhava and Yeshe Srogyo. Hung organ yugi nup chang sam pe mage sardom pola yatsen chogi no drumne pe ma jumne she sudrag kordu kandro mong per kor ke ki je sudag drum ki jingi lop che shek su sol Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardom Pola Yasen Shogi No Drumne Pema Jumne She Sudrag Kordu Kandro Mang Per Kor Ke Ki Je Sudag Drum Ki Chingi lop che shek su sol Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardom Pola Yatsen Shogi No Drumne Pema Jumne She Sudrag Kordu Kandro Mang Per Kor Ke ki je sudag drum ki Chingi lop che shek su sol Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. So now we go to the top of page 77 and say this verse. Mugu ki sowa tape lama yabyum gi jor sam dang tuka ne yeshe ki odzer nana watag targyang ne rang yining gartim pegyu chingi lopar. Due to my devoted prayers, 5 colored rays of the light of primal knowing extend like filaments from both the point of union and the hearts of the Father and Mother Guru. As these filaments are absorbed into my heart, my mind stream is blessed and transformed. So now we're saying the Vajra Guru mantra, which I want to say is on page 100? No, 99. Om Ahung Ben Sar Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Ahung Ben Sar Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Ahung Ben Sar Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Ahung Siddhi Hum. So now we just do Ali Kali, which is on page, that's on page 100. Try to say that whole page 3 times. I'm just going to do it fast. All right, now we're going to page 86. This is a confession prayer. All right. Om Zitok Tampoi Sangye Kuntu Sang Dorje Sempe Dorje Deje Shek Pawo Chimpo Drua Kyope Gong Dagle Zergong Yeshe Chengi Zik Adone Make Yene Namda Kyang Trunor lober sharwe kuntogle, marig zunzing kinang nam chakung, dakchen shoying yumne long du shak, benzar sangwe dakpo dorshe dam drakpa, kusung tuk sang samaya bumgi, damle nam shik sikle gyawagang, rabdu no shing yod pe tolo shak, satva nampa kyondu gir pe du deni, lekin erzin dorje kondroi, kai chapa drakpoi gir pe, di chi drip gir nelchen gyusak shak, hung dot pe gyal po ine dorje che, mixum e ching nam dak shak padrel, kuntu zompo izog rig pe long, du drel me pa choing long du a. Om. The first foundation is the Buddha, total goodness. Vajrasattva is the Vajra, thus gone one. Great hero, protector of beings, think lovingly of me and look upon me with your eyes of primal knowing. Ah, primordially unborn, completely pure from the very beginning, and yet from conceptualization that incidentally arises as the face of delusion. All degenerations that are the circumstantial appearance of dualistic unawareness, I confess within the great purity of the inner expanse of the five mothers of the fundamental space of reality. Benzar, Lord of secrets, renowned Vajra Bond of the hundreds of thousands of secret samayas of body, speech, and mind. Whatever has damaged the bond or violated the commitment with intense remorse and regret, I disclose and confess. Sattva, the time when faults become degenerations has passed, becoming extreme breaches of the injunction of the Vajra Dakinis who oversee conduct. And after that, becoming obscurations which accumulate the causes for the great hell, these I confess. Whom, primordial king, original great Vajra, without point of reference, beyond degeneration and confession, total goodness, intrinsic space of awareness, complete from the beginning, within the fundamental space of reality, beyond union and separation. Ah. So now we're going to say the 100-syllable mantra, the Vajrasattva's mantra of confession, which is the middle section of page 100. And you'll find that most Vajrayana practices like this have some confession section, because it's really, that's the reason we don't see our true nature, is because of the afflictions. You know, the root poisons being ignorance, desire, and aggression. And so all of these have some sort of confession that if we can confess and purify those afflictions, then we can see our true nature for what it is. So when you do the Vajrasattva mantra, and you're always welcome during the mantras to just sit and meditate. Rinpoche always says that if you don't want to do the mantra. But the Vajrasattva mantra, Vajrasattva is like, I don't know if we have any tankas around, but a pure white basically is the purification. So you can just visualize that all beings' impurities are being purified, and your own impurities are getting flushed with white light coming through the top of your head, and it just flushing out white light, and all of your negativities come out as dark charcoal, bugs, whatever, coming out. Your 9 holes, that's what they say. So we can say this at our own pace here. All right. So now we're going to page 79. And now this section here, this first section that we're going to say, so here's where we really start. Now we're purifying right now with this purification water, the offering substances, and then we're going to sprinkle some of the Tsok wine, which has some blessed substances in it, blessed actually by Soksei Rinpoche again, some Amrita. And so we're now, these offerings are, we can't see them as ordinary offerings. They are becoming nectar, anything pleasing, the most wonderful offerings that you can imagine. So now it is no longer ordinary with this here verse. Ale choying dam nam kapalar om le nang shri dudyon sok su sham hongi de chen ye she ro pargyur shri sa sum la so ge pa kang. Now in English. Hum, from a skull cup equal to the fundamental space of reality. From Om, the sense pleasures of appearance and possibility arranged within as the gathering feast. With whom become the play of primal knowing, great bliss. With Shri, the hosts of three roots, Devatas, are delighted and fulfilled. Om Ma Hum Shri, Om Ma Hum Shri, Om Ma Hum Shri. This next prayer here is the invitation prayer is what this is. And here where now we've created this feast. Now we are really inviting Padmasambhava and the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to this feast. Hung organ yugi nupchang sam pemage sardom pola yasen shogi no drumne Pema jumne she sudrag kordu kandro mang parkor ke ki je sudag drum ki dudyan sola chandrena jingi lob chi shek su sol ne chok diru jim pomla Sok chok ye she dud sirgir Drub chok dag la wang shi kur Gek dang long tram bar ched so Chong dang tu mon no drup sol. Now we'll say that part in English. Hung, at Oregon's northwestern frontier, on the stem and corona of a lotus flower, wondrous, supreme accomplishment attained, and as the lotus-born renowned, encircled by a retinue of many dakinis, so that I may become like you, I invite you to this feast of sense pleasures. Please come and grant your blessings. Send down your blessings to this excellent place and transform the feast offerings into the elixir of primal knowing. Bestow the four empowerments on me, the one who aspires to supreme accomplishment. Dispel obstacles, hindrances, and those who lead us astray. Grant the supreme and ordinary cities. So this next section is the offering prayer. And so we're going to offer the first portions now. We're offering to the first plate we offer as the first portion to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The second plate is a plate of confession, confessing our errors, and then there's other plates too, but Hung La me je sun pe ma to trang zal rigs in kadroi sok dang che pai sa sum kundu gyal we kil kor la mo gu dung shuk drak po so wadeb Dag zang go sum ge sok lon cho che Nang shri dun yang ge gu ma sang med kun zang de chen so ki kor lor bo Tug ze ge ze tug dam kong gir chig so Deb So Guru Rinpoche Jingi Lop Shig Rig Sin Khandroi Sog Modambula Chok Tu No Drup So Dam Signam Chatam Che Jang Nu So. Hold on one second. Chinang Sangwe Bar Che Jing Sudro Zhang Chu Par Du Drame Jason Zing Se So Nam Tog Yar Noi Da Zimpel Sampalungi Dru Par Jingi Lo. Let's see that in English. Hung, noble Guru, Padma To Trang Zal, together with your host of awareness holders and Dakinis, to this mandala of victorious ones embodying all the three roots devatas, I pray with devotion and intense yearning. My three doors gathered virtue, enjoyments, wealth, and those of others, appearance and possibility, delightful sense pleasures with nothing incomplete. All this I offer as the great bliss, Gana Chakra of total goodness, supreme bliss. Lovingly accept this with delight. May it fulfill our sacred bond. I beseech you, Guru Rinpoche, grant your blessings, hosts of awareness holders and Dakinis. Grant the supreme and ordinary spiritual accomplishments to your devoted child. Please purify all degenerations and breaches of Samaya. Liberate outer, inner, and secret obstacles in fundamental space. Until my enlightenment, hold me inseparable. Increase longevity, merit, meditative experiences, and realization like the waxing moon. Grant blessings for the natural self-accomplishment of wishes. Om Ma Hum Benzer Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. So now we're going to page 89. And now we're going to do the verses for accumulating. So we're going to say these multiple times, these next few verses. And here we are offering, now we're making the offering. So you can visualize that this offering is vast. There's clouds and clouds of the most desirable offerings that you can possibly imagine and beyond even what you can imagine. And those are, you're offering these clouds of offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And then they rain down nectar and blessing, and then the offerings are transformed even more, and then all beings' greatest wishes and desires are being fulfilled with this. So as we're saying these verses, that's the visualization. All right. Ram yam kam om ma hung yinki bendar rigpe soktor sham dronju jazer tigle dodyon tra nosar sami kape damsig di rangrik sawa sumgi la sola nime nampe nangnu chopa bo tope jazir tigle chempor shak zunzin drage keme ying sudro trunang sitok sepe trinle drup lundrup nangji yeshe tarchene karak jonu bumkur jang jup shok ram yam kam om ma hung yinki bendar rigpe soktor sham drodruk jazer tigle dodyon tra nosar sami kape damsig di rangrik sawa sumgi la sola nime nampe nangdu chopa bo tokpe drazir tigle chempor shak zunzin trage keme ying sudro trunang zitot sepe trinle drup
Lunjub nangshi yeshe tarchine karang shonu bumkur jangjub sho ram yam kam om ma hung yinki bendar rigpe sotor sham Jojuk Jazir Tigle Durion Tra Nosar Sami Kyape Damsigdi Rangrik Sawa Sumgi La Sola Nime Nampe Nangdu Chopabo Tokpe Jazir Tigle Chempor Shak Zunzin Jage Keme Ying Sudro Tronang Zitok Sepe Trinle Drup Lundrup Nangshi Yeshe Tarchine Karak Jonu Bumkur Jangju Shok. Now let's say it 2 times in English. Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hung. Within the skull cup of fundamental space, the ritual offerings of awareness are arrayed. The 6 lamps, rainbow rays, and spheres of light are the glittering, desirable qualities. This is the wondrous, inconceivable Samaya. To the self-aware Devata, assembly of the 3 roots, the offerings are offered in the state of non-dual equanimity. The pointy edges of thoughts are confessed within the great sphere. Enemies and obstructors, the grasper and the grasp, are liberated in unborn fundamental space. Deluded appearance awakens in the basis and accomplishes the enlightened activities, perfecting the primal knowing of the naturally self-accomplished 4 visions. May I awaken in the youthful vast body, original purity. Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hum. Within the skull cup of fundamental space, the ritual offerings of awareness are arrayed. The 6 lamps, rainbow rays, and spheres of light are the glittering, desirable qualities. This is the wondrous, inconceivable Samaya. To the self-aware Devata, assembly of the 3 roots, the offerings are offered in the state of non-dual equanimity. The pointy edges of thoughts are confessed within the great sphere. Enemies and obstructors, the grasper and the grasp, are liberated in unborn fundamental space. Deluded appearance awakens in the basis and accomplishes the enlightened activities, perfecting the primal knowing of the natural self-accomplished 4 visions. May I awaken in the youthful vast body, original purity. Okay, the next concise feast offering, we'll say this several times. Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hung Guru Sasum La So La Duryo No Cho So Cho Bo Dam Sik Nam Chai Tam Che Chak No Mon Dragik Saldu Tab Trinle Rabjan Nudru Sod Soni Nurzog Nudrup So Kana Shakpa Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hung Guru Sasom La So La Doryo No Cho So Cho Bo Dam Sik Nam Che Tam Che Chak No Mon Dragik Saldu Tab Trinle Rabjan Nudru Sod Sogni Nurzog No Drup So Kana Saktra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hung Guru Sasom La So La Doryo No Cho So Cho Bo Dam Sik Nam Che Tam Che Chak No Mo Dragik Saldu Tab Trinle Rabjan Nudru So Soni Nurzog No Drup So Kana Saktra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hung Guru Sasom La So La Doryo No Cho So Cho Bo Dam Sik Nam Che Tam Che Chak No Mo Dragik Saldu Tab Trinle Rabjan Nudru So Soni Nurzog No Drup So Kana Saktra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hung Guru Sasom La So La Doryo No Cho So Cho Bo Dam Sik Nam Che Tam Che Chak No Mo Dragik Saldu Tab Trinle Rabjan Nudru So Soni Nurzog No Drup So Kana Saktra Puza Ho Ramyam Kam Om Ma Hum Guru Sasom La Sola Duryon Lo Cho So Cho Bo Tam Sik Nam Che Tam Che Shak No Mon Dragik Saldu Tab Trin Le Rab Jan No Ju Son So Ni Nerzok No Drup So Gana Taktra Puza Ho Ramyam Kam Om Ma Hum Guru Sasom La Sola Doryo No Cho So Cho Bo Tam Sik Nam Che Tam Che Shak No Mon Dragik Saldu Tab Trin Le Rab Jan No Ju Son So Ni Nerzok No Drup So Gana Saktra Puza Ho Ramyam Kam Om Ma Hum Guru Sasom La Sola Duryon Lo Cho So Cho Bo Dam Sik Nam Che Tam Che Shak No Mon Dragik Saldu Tab Trin Le Rab Jan No Ju Son So Ni Nerzok No Drup So Kana Saktra Puzo Ho. So let's do it 2 times in English. Ramyam Kam Om Ma Hum. To the Guru and the assembly of the 3 roots devatas, this wealth of sense pleasures is offered as the feast. I confess all deteriorations of Samaya. Neurosis, enemies, and obstructors are offered to the mouths of the devatas. Naturally self-accomplished, vast, enlightened activities. May the 2 accumulations be swiftly completed. Bestow cities, Gana, Saktra, Puja, Ho, Ramyam Kam Om Ma Hum. To the Guru and the assembly of the 3 roots devatas, this wealth of sense pleasures is offered as the feast. I confess all deteriorations of Samaya. Neurosis, enemies, and obstructors are offered to the mouths of the devatas. Naturally self-accomplished, vast, enlightened activities. May the 2 accumulations be swiftly completed. Bestow cities, Kana, Saktra, Puja, Ho. Now this feast offering mantra, we'll say this 3 times together and then at our own pace. Ramyam Kam Om Ma Hum Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Saktra Puta Utsitra Balingta Kai Ramyam Kam Om Ma Hum Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Saktra Puta Utsitra Balingta Kai Ramyam Kam Om Ma Hum Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Saktra Puta Utsitra Balingta Kai.
Hi. So I want to say one thing. This concise feast offering that's on page 90, Soksei Rinpoche's nuns at the nunnery there, they whip through it and they will say, like, I don't know, hours of accumulation, like literally like hours, and then they say accumulations, they take a break for lunch or whatever, they'll keep going on accumulations of these. They just, so maybe someday we'll be there too. All right, we're going to say the swift accomplishment of wishes on page 92. Emaho. Soge sarpe madompola kunaye shelungi drupela rangjun chempo pe mayabyumni kadro chimpun trigla soadeb sampanur drupar jingilob Linen chape name tu pe nedom barched mak trug muge sog kyodza drempe mola zeched pe zaze nigne kulo orgenje sampanur du drupar jingilob Dedang sutrem tong la gom padang tope gyu dro treyo no sa she Shirag pun sum sok pe nordun po sem chen kungi gyu la rab sugne jig ten de kiden paruk chin zog Sampanur du drupar jingilob gang la ne dang du nami dorken jumpo don dang yapo ched padang me chu chen zen lam trag jig pache Se patar tung pe ne kap kun kyab dang re sa zen du ma chi be tu je zung she guru organ je sampanur du drupar jingi lob. Now in English. Wondrous in the center of a lake, upon the stem and corona of a lotus flower, the fivefold body of the Devata of naturally self-accomplished primal knowing, great self-occurring Padma, father and mother, as vast clouds of dakinis, to you I pray, grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes. Due to the ripening force of negative actions, illness, demons, obstacles, war, strife, and famine are immediately ended upon remembering your face. From my heart I beseech you, revered organ, please remember your promise. Grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes. Training in faith, morality, and generosity, freeing our minds by studying, having a sense of modesty, shame, and wisdom. These are the 7 perfect and complete treasures. Instantly cause them to perfectly enter the minds of all sentient beings, bringing happiness and joy to the world. Grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes. Whatever illness, suffering, and undesirable situations, spirits, demons, and oppressions from the ruler, fire, water, wild animals, dangerous paths, and terrifying situations, on all occasions which can threaten our lives, there is no other hope or refuge. Hold us with your compassion, revered organ guru. Grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes. So we're going to say this concise, clearing away obstacles and on the path, and then they're going to hand out some plates at some point here while we say this. And so you'll take a plate of food, and then they'll give you a little of the Tsok, the wine with the amrita in it. So they'll put a little of that in your hand, and then you drink it, and then you touch the top of your head and your throat with that. And don't eat the food until then. They're going to come around with another plate for soiled remainders, which the plate that, so he's going to come around with a tray. So you'll take a piece of food off your plate and put that on the tray that he's going to bring. And just keep in mind, this tray is going to go outside. So don't put anything on there that's wrapped. Mostly, maybe chocolate might not be the best because the animals will eventually eat it. So, and that is the offering really. There's all these beings, where space pervades, beings pervade. And so we're making that offering actually to all the beings that have been waiting for their share of the Tsok. So, okay. Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche Nojub Kundak Dewa Chempo Shab Barche Kunsel Dudu Dragpo Sal Soa Depso Jingi Loptu So Chinang Sangwe Barche Chiwarang Rinpoche Jingi Lo Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche Nodrup Kungdang Dewa Chempo Shab Barche Kunsel Dudu Dragpo Sal Soa Depso Jingi Loptu So Chinang Sangwe Barche Chiwadang. Not on the carpet. So, yeah. Can you get the plate, Jim, or something?
Is this too full?
Is too full, yes. It's too full. For future.
Okay, let's do this.
We'll have to burn that. And the carpet, too. We can keep saying this. Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche. Tag Dewa Shimpo Shag Barche Kunsel. So what if so Jingi Loptu So Chinang Rangwe Barche Shiwadang Jingi Lop. Yusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche Jum Par Shimpo Shag Parchen Kunsal Tumbu Dragpo Sal Halala Non Parmwe Parche Chimpo Shang Dragpo Sal Soa Depso Jingi Loptu So Chinang Sangwe Barche Shiwadang Sampa Lumpar Jupar Jingi Lob. Let's say that once in English. Buddha of the 3 times, Guru Rinpoche, exalted great bliss, master of all accomplishments, wrathful manifest energy, dispeller of all hindrances and subduer of demons. To you I pray for blessing and transformation. Pacify outer, inner, and secret obstacles and grant blessings for the natural self-accomplishment of wishes. Jim, can I have a napkin? Please. Give me a couple. Did you get the soiled remainders, Jim? There's non-alcoholic beverages too. So there's white wine, red wine, and non-alcoholic beverages. You can eat now that you've given the soiled remainders. Yeah, generally you can start eating as soon as you give the soiled remainders. When Rinpoche is here, then it's best to wait to eat until he starts eating. He takes the first bite, and then everybody's free to eat what they want. But yes, please. Yeah,
White, all right.
I'll take white. So you can just set your plate aside for now or whenever they're ready to start. You can keep eating for right now. But we're going to go to page 83. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to wrap up the practice, but first we make this offering plate, like I said, to all these beings that have been waiting very patiently for their share. So we make this offering to all of these unseen beings. And that will go outside. And then yeah, and then I will explain when we get there. Yeah. Om ma hung pensamrita hung ha ho shri irali shring shrings. Now this verse on page 83. Lag du jig ten jeg pe sok dor hyana ten la torze pendang de wei trin le zod. Haughty worldly spirits who gather the remainders, please accept this remainder torma endowed with the 5 sense pleasures and perform beneficial and joyous activities. O Mutsiktra Balingta Kai. That means Kai means come and eat it. That verse. Okay. So now we're just say this one verse here in the bottom of page 83. So ki lame kil kordu, so ki kor lor kor wai, dag jendro wa malupa, kil kor chik tu dru parshon. Within the mandala of the lake-born guru, by turning the wheel of the wisdom feast, may I and all beings without exception be liberated within one mandala. Okay, so you keep your finger here on page 84 because we're going to come back to it. And we're then going to go to page 77, although first, we're going to say some Vajraguru mantra, which again, which page is that? Was that 100? 99. Which? 100? Page 100? Or 99? 99. Page 99. Really? Great. All right, that's awesome. All right, so... oh yeah, and Jim's gonna come around with this rice here. Take a little rice so you get to like throw it at the end. All right. Okay, yes, I'm gonna say some Vajraguru mantra. Okay, at our own pace. Okay, now we're going to 77. So here we're going to take the 4 empowerments. And this, so we have the visualization of lake-born Padmasambhava in the sky in front. So from Lakeborn Padmasambhava and Yeshus Yoga in Union, the first empowerment is a white Om that dissolves into your forehead, then a red Ah that dissolves into your throat, a blue Hung that dissolves into the heart, and then the fourth empowerment is the 5 colored rays of light that dissolve into you from there. And then the whole visualization, actually all of it, you'll read this out loud, but it's all we're dissolving the whole visualization. It all dissolves into us. We become completely inseparable, which we are by nature, from this entire visualization from Padmasambhava. And then we rest in meditation with that. And those purify your body, speech, and mind. Yeah, right. Those 3 doors. Lamene sumige drusum le ozer karmarting sum jung ne su rangi ne sum timpe go sum gi drip jang ku sun tu ki dor jegir tarni lama korche oduzu Karmar tigle hungi samparu rangi ningar timpe lame tug ram sem yer melanke chokurne. Now in English. From the 3 syllables in the Guru's 3 places emerge 3 rays of white, red, and dark blue light. As these are absorbed into my own 3 places, my 3 doors are purified of obscurations and become the vajras of enlightened body, speech, and mind. Finally, the Guru and his retinue dissolve into light, which becomes a white sphere, glowing red and marked with Hum. As this is absorbed into my heart, the Guru's mind and mine join inseparably and dwell in Dharmakaya. Ah, ah. Now page 84. Hum. Keme choku kalongne gagme la kunang wecha rime tong sel nang tu tim. Hung, from the inner sky of unborn Dharmakaya, the unobstructed form of the Devata appears and dissolves into emptiness, clarity, free from all direction. Ah, ah. Gitsajang chu chemporno no rang shin tuk che sal horgen lama soke je kusum longi drupai tashi dampe de leksho. The roots of merit are dedicated to great awakening. The essence, nature, and compassionate manifest energy are the unsurpassed lake-born Lord of Oregon, the spontaneously accomplished 3 bodies. May all be auspicious, sacred, joyous, and excellent. That is our Tsok practice. Now we're going to dedicate the merit. So let's first go to the dedication prayers. Page 17 in most of your texts, hopefully. And we'll do these in English. We'll just say all the way through 17 and 18, basically. Like the hero Manjushri who attained knowledge of all things just as they are, and following Samantabhadra's example too, so I will emulate and train in all of that, and thus make supreme dedication of all this virtue. All the victorious ones of the 3 times, whatever dedications they have supremely uttered, and all these roots of virtue as well, I supremely dedicate in order to accomplish the deeds of the excellent. The precious supreme mind of awakening, may it be born in those who have it not. Wherever it is arisen, may it never degenerate, and may it always grow greater and greater. May the great tradition of the Bodhisattva Abbot, the Vajra Master, and the Dharma King pervade and flourish through the 3 realms of this world. May the experiences of all beings never be separate from the 3 jewels, and may there be virtue and excellence throughout the 3 times. In the world in general, and in this nation, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. May virtuous qualities, merit, and prosperity greatly increase. Continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly arise. In the world in general and in this nation, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. May virtuous qualities, merit, and prosperity greatly increase, and may continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly arise. In the world in general and in this nation, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. May virtuous qualities, merit, and prosperity greatly increase, and may continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly arise. And before we say the last one, we're going to go to that page we inserted, which is page 49. We're going to say this aspiration that Tsok Rinpoche returned swiftly. Actual, all-encompassing awakening from the very beginning, totally good, all qualities naturally self-accomplished and complete, splendor of peace and possibility, lotus-born, an assembly of the lineage of awareness holders, here and now, please protect this sacred virtue and excellence. Study, reflection, and cultivation not fading, but arriving at perfection, spreading the teaching tradition of both Sutra and Tantra and so forth, vastly accomplish the activities of promulgating the teachings in all directions. Kunzan, Tenzin, Gyaltsen, please come again. And then Choji Rinpoche's Long Life Prayer on page 51. Om Svasti, the indestructible, self-born essence of Amitayus, primordially uncharacterized by either birth or death, by the truth of the fundamental purity of phenomenality itself, may the supreme guide of beings, the victorious one, may he live a long life, with the unobstructed creativity of the Vajra clouds of highest ecstasy, expanding through space, the skillful dance of Mayajala, with the truth of the spontaneity of interdependent phenomena, may the supreme guide of beings, the victorious one, may he live a long life, with the fearlessness, wisdom, and kindness which is the power of primordial awareness, the essence of the precise secret teachings of the Vajrayana, the wish-fulfilling jewel. The victorious banner of teaching, practice, and action is raised to the pinnacle. May he live long as he fulfills the aspirations and wishes of living beings, sounding the Dharma as a conch shell trumpet with the auspicious pattern of a right-handed spiral, causing the essence to enter the ears of many beings of the 3 habitats above, on the surface, and below the earth, accomplishing the spread of virtue victoriously in all directions. May this fortunate supreme guide and sovereign live a long life. May the Lama Vijayadhara live for 100 eons, victorious in the war against adverse inner and outer obstacles. May they accomplish vast intentions of great value to the Dharma and living beings. May this most excellent, auspicious vision pervade forever. Now we go back to page 18, and we say that last prayer. By this merit, may all beings gain omniscience and thus defeat the neurosis and negative actions which are the enemies. From the turbulent waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of cyclic existence, may all beings be liberated. Thank you, everybody. It was lovely. Now, please enjoy your food. Get more food as much as you want, and drink, and eat your fill, huh? Yeah, if you don't finish everything on your plate, then there will be something we can bring out, this little trash can it's blessed now, so we don't want to just throw it away. So we'll end up putting it outside and let the animals eat it if you can't finish. So don't put anything wrapped in that bin. Unwrap it first. If it's wrapped, don't have to throw it out. We can put it downstairs, and then you can take, when everyone's done eating for today, we can just take, please take food, take it home to your families and friends, and share the blessing. Huh? That's right. As long as it's eaten, that's what matters. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, well, we can only control so much. If you give it to them and they don't eat it, throw it away. That's